Hey, doing a video on the Fluke. Let me see if you can see that there. That's the Fluke 1507 insulation tester, or as they are called, a meggar tester. This one is pretty pricey. It goes for anywhere between, I believe, $600 and $900 online, depending on where you get it. And this is what it came with. I believe there's a 1503 that's a little bit more budget friendly, but it doesn't do as much stuff. Pretty cool unit. I've put it toe to toe with another meggar, like the Supco megometer. That one, you know, it's good for testing motors or doing insulation resistance tests on wires, stuff like that. Yeah, nice looking unit. I did notice that mine did not come with instructions. It came with this bigger whip here, double set of alligator clips, and then two regular wires here for test wires. And then it came with the box. I don't know if you guys want to look there, but it shows, hey, recommended accessories, have some cases. So if you paid $800 for this, don't be surprised it didn't come with a case. And so it shows you right there, that's all that it comes with. And they weren't lying, because you didn't even get instructions or anything. And I went on Fluke's website. I couldn't really find any instructions either, and there was no QR code on the box for instructions. So maybe I got a bad deal, so I just folded the box up and put it in a case that I have, so it doesn't get damaged. But we actually we ended up getting this at work because this has a 1,000-volt test, and I was doing a house that had received over 700 volts into the house, so I wanted to be able to do a 1,000-volt test on, you know, megging out the wires and doing insulation testing on the wiring in the house. Since it had higher voltage, I would want to do a higher voltage test. Anyways, if you notice the big ugly motor here, that's a motor I pulled out of the dirt here at my house. Strange things like that come out of the dirt at my house for some reason. But we'll do a test on it. It's not stuck, but it grinds a little bit, and it does start, but you gotta spin that pulley by hand to get it to go once you plug it in. So we'll do a test on that guy, and we'll see how this goes. But let me walk you through this tool here. You know, if you're gonna be buying one, and you know, maybe this is the one for you. If you're doing more refined testing, I definitely suggest this one. If you're out in the field, I put it toe to toe with the Supco we got, and the Supco will actually trigger a little sooner, but not too much sooner on a meggar test. If you're testing a motor, it is a lot cheaper, and if you're just testing motors, cheap and dirty, I would say that's the way to go, versus spending an extra $500 on this guy. But if you want, you know, more detailed and you know, a finer instrument, then this is probably the way to go. I would definitely recommend getting a case before you buy it. That way it's not rolling around in your work truck. But the first gig here is basically you set it to volts, and it should turn on here. And if you hit this blue button here, please bear with me, I had to learn how to use this off of other people's videos because I didn't get instructions. I was denied. I'm not sure if they were either, but you hold that down and it'll tell you what your battery voltage is. Mine's at 5 volts. I think that's okay. It's been sitting in the drawer for about a year, not used on the work truck. So the next one is a this is for the insulation on the left, or sorry, yeah, insulation is on the left, and then resistance is on the right here. The insulation one, it does show that it is fused. On the insulation one, you will be able to you can basically click these together and you can hit a test and it'll tell you what your insulation, what your resistance is, and it'll just kind of go there, and then you can hit the lock button and do it also. Now if you want to remove the resistance of these test leads, you can use the blue button to zero it out. Oh, you got to be out of lock. Or I think you got to be out of test mode. So once you're out of test mode, hook them together and zero it out, and then do your test. So it's a little goofy like that, but you know, we're gonna do a resistance test here, and what you'll actually see is a little spark between these guys. Let me see if I got a little aluminum lug here. So I got an aluminum lug here, and if you take your, oh sorry, that's the wrong whip. That's the resistance one, or the yeah, the resistance one. This is the insulation one here. I got it. It's the smaller whips. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. So when you hold this down, you'll actually, I don't know if you can see that little teeny tiny spark there, but if you go to the 1000 volt, maybe I'll get a little bit closer. What you're doing is you're zapping electricity through here. You might actually be able to hear that, but there's a little teeny tiny zap going on there. So one of the tests I do is you know, from ground to I think it's a 120 volt motor here. It does have 2 whips on there, so I'm not really sure what Grandpa was doing. Maybe he found a way to make it a 240. There is nothing really on this motor, I don't think. Oh no, there's something on there. Let's see what it is. It says it's a 110 volt. Yeah, a little 1/3 horsepower. Companion, I believe it says on there. But what we'll do is we'll see if we can determine who's the ground and who's not. Let's see here. I believe that one. Oh, yeah. So not all of it's getting through. Going up to 80. Yeah, so I would say that's probably neutral. This is, well, let's try this guy. Nope, that was, this one's the neutral, so the other one was the ground. Or this one's the neutral, this one would be your line. Yeah, so Yeah, this motor's not so good. That should be like a 0. Yeah, let's check this. Let's see the other plug. A little bit better. Could just be bad connections though. Yeah, I don't know what this plug does. So the plug I plugged it into was this longer one over here, and gave it a tug and it spun. Maybe this is for reverse. So yes, I would guarantee if this was inside your air conditioner unit or something like that, you'd want to change it out. So, but since it's a sacrificial motor, let's crank it up to 1,000 here and see what we get. Oh, I heard it click there. See, 0 to 0. But then let's go to this guy here. Yeah, that's the line. So it's doing a little better on the higher voltage. It'll tell you what the max is of what it's doing. It's doing 1,050 volts DC going through there, but only 36 volts are coming through. I'm assuming that's how they read that. And then on this side, let's see here, 321 coming through there. But yeah, it's kind of a funky old motor, so let's give it a little spin, see if the numbers change. Not sure which one that one is. Yeah, that one's about the same, I think. Let's see the other guy. Not a really good clean contact here, but you know, this is going to demonstrate what you're actually going to see in the field. Yeah, only 24 going through. Let's spin it again. Yeah, pretty consistent. It's climbing, but yeah, kind of cool meter. It does have a couple other functions. It has the polarization right here, this PI/DAR, and that's your polarization, absorption rates, and comparisons. I believe it does a couple different time tests, and then I'll let you guys look that up if that's something that you need to do. But yeah, I mean, cool meter. I wish it came with a pouch. I would think for 800 bucks they'd be able to spring a $30 pouch, but they got to compete with Amazon and all that stuff, and all this China stuff that's, you know. Oh, and there's a little stand here. I've never pulled it out of the pouch other than to put the batteries in, but it's got some labeling there, and then you can put these guys in here, you know, standard Fluke stuff. But anyways, yeah, there you go. There's the Fluke 1507. Have fun.